One of the deepest and most enduring mysteries in both philosophy and science is the nature of consciousness and the foundations of intelligence. Despite centuries of inquiry, we still lack a satisfactory explanation for how subjective experience, what it feels like to be something, arises from physical processes, or whether it can be reduced at all to computational or mechanistic terms. This is often referred to as the hard problem of consciousness, and it stands apart from questions about behavioral intelligence or information processing. Given this profound epistemic gap, it is scientifically and philosophically premature to assert, with any degree of confidence, that we are on a clear path to developing artificial systems that possess conscious experience or genuine understanding equivalent or superior to humans. The leap from statistical pattern matching and algorithmic optimization to subjective awareness is not just a matter of scaling up parameters or improving architecture, it is a categorical shift, one for which we currently have no operational theory or replicable method. The claim that AI will soon become smarter than humans hinges on a surprisingly vague assumption. What does it mean to be smart? Intelligence is not a single metric. Just around 60 years ago, the first digital calculators could process vast numbers faster than nearly any human. Do you consider calculators smarter than humans? They excelled at computation, a narrow slice of cognitive function, but lacked understanding, intention, or insight. Speed and accuracy alone do not constitute intelligence in the richer, broader sense. AI similarly excels in task-specific domains, demonstrating remarkable functional intelligence. It can identify patterns in massive datasets, generate complex outputs, and even mimic creative expression. Yet functional competence is not equivalent to higher-order cognition. Genuine intelligence involves not only problem-solving but also understanding context, self-reflection, abstraction, and conceptual novelty. These are not reducible to statistical correlations or algorithmic outputs. They require a kind of integrative awareness that no current system exhibits. A key source of confusion lies in conflating two distinct modes of cognition: functional intelligence and phenomenal intelligence. Functional intelligence is the measurable ability to perform tasks or exhibit adaptive behavior. Phenomenal intelligence, by contrast, is subjective and experimental. It is the qualia of thought, the internal awareness that underpins understanding, creativity, and intentional action. While AI can simulate reasoning or even generate outputs that appear insightful, it lacks phenomenal awareness. It does not know, intend, or experience in any meaningful sense. This distinction has profound implications. First, it challenges the notion that intelligence is merely computational. Human cognition is deeply embodied. Our reasoning, creativity, and moral judgment are inseparable from lived experience, memory shaped by context, and the capacity for reflective abstraction. Functional competence alone cannot replicate these phenomena. No amount of task performance can substitute for conscious engagement with the world. Second, it complicates predictions of superintelligent AI. Even if a machine surpasses humans on a vast array of measurable tasks, this does not imply superiority in the depth of creativity and insight. Intelligence without intentionality or self-awareness is a sophisticated tool, not an autonomous agent capable of original thought. Philosophically, the question of whether phenomenal cognition can emerge from non-biological substrates remains unresolved. We have no evidence that simulating functional patterns could spontaneously generate consciousness or subjective experience. Finally, this has practical significance for how we approach AI in creative domains. Machines can amplify human capabilities, accelerate research, and expand expressive potential, but they do not originate vision, meaning, or intent. The human mind remains the locus of genuine insight, capable of generating novelty not merely by combining known patterns, but by wrestling with ambiguity, paradox, and the intangible dimensions of existence. Functional prowess is instrumental, phenomenal intelligence is foundational. In sum, smarter is not a single threshold to cross but a multidimensional landscape. AI may surpass humans in narrowly defined tasks, but it remains fundamentally different from human intelligence as we experience and understand it. True cognitive superiority involves consciousness, creativity, and intentionality, qualities that currently, and perhaps inherently, lie beyond the reach of synthetic systems. Moreover, the prospect of creating conscious AI by mere algorithmic refinement assumes that intelligence and consciousness are fully realizable as emergent properties of information processing alone. This position relies on a materialist framework that reduces mind to brain function, a framework that many contemporary thinkers regard as incomplete and misguided. The fundamental qualitative aspects of experience, awareness, meaning, intentionality, may not be fully captured by mechanistic models, no matter their complexity. If genuine conscious intelligence is ultimately tied to specific biological processes or even to a form of life distinct from our current understanding, then developing AI with comparable or superior consciousness may require the creation of entirely new life forms through bioengineering or hybrid technologies. In that case, what we call AI would no longer be a mere artifact or software simulation but a fundamentally different category of being, arguably outside the domain of AI altogether. In short, without addressing the mystery of consciousness, the idea that AI could soon think and understand at a human level is logically questionable. Our current scientific and philosophical tools do not justify such confidence. Instead, they counsel humility and caution in how we interpret AI's rapid advances, not as the dawn of new minds, but as extraordinary extensions of pattern-based computation. The widespread belief that AI will soon gain consciousness and surpass humans in higher-order thinking often rests on a reductionist view of intelligence, one that equates cognition with data processing speed and algorithmic complexity. This perspective assumes that if a machine can process enough information quickly enough, it will naturally develop awareness, creativity, and understanding. But this is an oversimplification that fails to capture the essential qualities of human intelligence. Human cognition involves more than raw computational power. It requires contextual understanding, the ability to question assumptions, to navigate ambiguity, and to generate genuinely novel ideas. Consciousness adds another layer, subjective experience that cannot be reduced to computations or pattern recognition alone. The qualitative gap between manipulating symbols and possessing intentional, self-aware thought is vast and poorly understood. Current AI systems excel in areas where the problem can be reduced to searching, sorting, or optimizing within well-defined parameters. They are unparalleled tools for assembling existing knowledge quickly, performing intricate calculations, and automating precise, repetitive tasks that would otherwise consume human attention. This, however, is a fundamentally different kind of intelligence than the kind that drives innovation, abstract reasoning, and conscious insight. Instead of replacing human thought, AI should be seen as an amplifier for it. By offloading the lower-level, mechanical aspects of cognition, such as data retrieval, arithmetic, and pattern matching, AI frees humans to concentrate on higher-order thinking, generating new hypotheses, solving open-ended problems, and reflecting on meaning and purpose. This partnership leverages the complementary strengths of both. Expecting AI to spontaneously develop consciousness or surpass human-level abstraction through sheer computational scale misunderstands what intelligence entails. It risks conflating output fluency with cognitive depth and data processing with understanding. The real promise of AI lies in how it extends human capabilities, not how it mimics or replaces the fundamental nature of human thought.